Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my desk. I I am pretty tired today. When am I not? I guess. You know, I just I'm tired a lot. That's if you have come here expecting a whole lot of energy from me, this is the wrong place. But if you've come here and you yourself are neurodivergent or have chronic illnesses, and you tend to be tired due to overwhelm or chronic conditions, welcome. Welcome. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how to navigate life with that. This week we're going to be planning from August 8th, not August 8th. I'm looking at the 8th, thinking it's 8th. August 21st through the 27th. I wish it were the 8th because this month seems to be flying by. Let's see. Just a preview. I might have mentioned these stickers. These are from Tool, T-U-L. I got them quite a while ago, and I chopped off the top and bottom so they would fit in my little storage case, pocket, pouch, zip pouch. And I've been wanting to kind of use these to kind of feel like, to just kind of have this aesthetic for a week. And I kind of like the gold, and I like how simple and really clear they are to read. Anything is kind of an improvement from last week. If you saw my, well, let's just flip back and let's relive this. So this was stickers that I found when I was cleaning out some of my son's old well, not toys. Mainly it was like music stuff, crafting, school supplies, that kind of stuff that we had lying around, and was really proud to say I got like 4 big drawer fulls. This is like it's the 6-drawer unit from IKEA that you see all over the place. Very long, and I don't think it's Billy. I think it's a different one. Anyway, we had 4 of them filled with craft stuff, and now we have 1. So I'm very proud of that. But yeah, found some of these stickers and then proceeded to use them back here as well. And technically we're on Friday, but I haven't used this today's a whole lot because I'm kind of tired. The yellows were a little off for me. I didn't add anything since planning back here. Nothing like the week before when I loved this part. So I'm kind of going back to the style that was, yeah, through here of like, let's put a bunch of stickers down. Let's use them as containers. And yeah, let's see what we can do on this next week. So yeah, like I didn't even fill this out down here. Now I did want to give a tiny little update on my health planner. Let's see. I'll do, where am I? Okay. So I have, this laid out. This is for this week. I need to catch up on a couple days, which is not a huge deal, but like last week, and the week before have kind of been looking like this. So I have been kind of keeping up with it. And I've been going back and backdating as well. So I do need to kind of go back a little bit more, but I only have about 5 or 6, I think 6 spreads to catch up on. But anyway, ran into an interesting thing this week. Was like, oh, I'm counting my periods as I know them now as post-hysterectomy as technically all I can judge it on is when my boobs hurt. And so I was about to number these and just put numbers down. And I'm like, wait, I don't even know when it's going to happen. So I was able to count down, and then like they hurt for half the day here. So I'm counting that as like, it was somewhere around here. That's day 1. It's very fuzzy now. And so now I can count these out. So I can put like 2, 3, 4, because just knowing my own body, usually my boobs were completely not hurting anymore by the time my period started. So that's kind of how I'm like, that's kind of how it's going. So, and then I just penciled in like the 2 days I want to take my blood pressure. So I'll probably take it, yeah, after I'm done here, because I'm filming this on Friday, just so that I have 2 weeks. That's about all I need right now. That's what I've been kind of doing, like really high. My numbers were really high and really low. There's been some stressful moments. I think that's what I recorded here. I think stress was kind of medium. I don't know. I'm still kind of seeing what the biggest question I ask myself is, what do I want to compare? What is really important to compare? So when the numbers are on this side, and I do write the numbers of like how many hours I sleep, how much water I'm drinking. It's not enough right now, but we're working on it. And that's not enough for me to compare. I need a visual. And so when I put these all next to one another, I'm like, okay, these are the important things that I want to see what correlates to what. Correlation is not causation, as I have mentioned, but at least I could see some patterns in these things. Now, I could be tracking a lot of other things too. Like if I was diabetic, I could track blood sugar levels. I could track, I don't do moods. I just do stress and energy. I can write down like my feelings over here. I think that's fine. This is food, any kind of food sensitivities that I'm having. Yeah, so that's how that's going. Just wanted to give a little update on that because I won't be doing like separate things. I am trying to like fit in some additional things of like what meds I'm taking and when I'm taking them. Like here, I got way off track. I was taking them towards the evening. I had to pull them back in and take them. Usually I take them around noon. And I realized I'm going to be taking a new med soon, so I need to be able to track that somewhere when I started those. And then tomorrow I have another COVID shot because my son's about to start school. I'm about to start a new med that lowers my immunity even more. So that's important. There is going to be another booster probably in a month or so, and I'll get that when it reaches 2 months after what I have now. So yeah, that's kind of how things are going. Yeah, didn't like these colors, didn't like the stickers, but I used them. They found a purpose, and we're moving on. So I wrote myself a little note here about shoes for my son. So I'll take that off, and then I'll see, let's see, I'll just put a little S right here for that, just in case I forget. But I did pick out, excuse me, these colors. So this one's a little greener, just ever so slightly, if you can kind of see that difference there. This one's kind of the right blue, but it looks a little bit more like picnic, like plaid to me. So I think what I was going to do is these two, because they felt more like they went with this. And we'll go with that. I want to say thank you to the people who helped try to test my comments. I have like all things turned off. I double checked, and there are no, oh, let's light the candle. There are no restrictions right now on any of my comments. But I completely understand that people are having problems. So I think it's something I need to report. But some people were able to comment and some people weren't. And I tried to check it. The only, like, I took off, it's okay to put links in there. It's okay to do a lot of other things. It's like there's no restriction. But let's see, how do I want to do this? I think I want to leave one square because I'm not getting up at 6, but I am going to be getting up a little earlier. So yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on. There can be a thing on the user's side where the only thing I found, where's my thing? Here we go. Is that sometimes in the app, it could be on desktop, it could be in the app, where the person trying to leave the comment might have restricted mode turned on in their app. I know in the app, there's a setting. I think if you go to settings, general settings, there is a restricted mode. There could also, let's see, that was about the only thing I found. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense. But that's the only thing. They also said, you know, uninstalling your app and reinstalling it could possibly help. But I think it really sounds like a coding error. Like, I don't think it's user error, but it sounds like it's being inconsistent right now, which to me can mean that it's a coding thing. If it was consistent and like I could reproduce the issue, or multiple people are like, yeah, that's happening, then I could try to pinpoint it. So I don't know. I really don't know. But I also saw that other people were having this problem too, meaning it may just be a glitch that needs to be fixed. You aren't alone. You definitely aren't alone. This happens. And it's annoying. But I don't know how to solve it. But here's what I will do. I'll go to the one video I know we were all having problems on, and I will submit that one and see if we get a response. It also could be an internet timeout on a side, because I definitely have my comments set to if there's something being held to be reviewed, and I just never see them. Like, they just never come through. So yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. So what I have here is actually like 2 copies of each set of stickers here. And the top ones were ones I was already using some of them. So I'm trying to go off of these first, but if I need to go through, and these are the fresh ones that I haven't selected anything. So I see a doctor's appointment one here, and it's like, well, what do I want to use here? Because I like this one. I might just do kind of like something like that. I think I also want to, I'm going to kind of be random about these. Down here, I want to put, actually, I'll split the difference here. And have my walks down here. Because I kind of do, I can like write on this. I can use, I have 2 pens. I can write on that and just kind of put it in the actual washi tape area. What else? I don't have a hair appointment, although my son needs one. So we're going to see about next, probably it's going to be around here. And if I need to move it, I will. So we're going to try for that. Don't have a date night picked out. Let's see, game night? We might have a game night. That would be fun. If we did something here. And coffee. No, I don't think I'll use any of the coffee stickers. Usually I use those like for my infusion. It's my special coffee afterwards. What else can we use? So we have like to-do list. I could use that on the side. Bills due. Actually, that was last week. Most of our bills were due last week. I was just kind of zeroing out my credit cards today. And again, it's that there's like one charge on there pending, and I know I've had it happen where it resolves right when it clicks over, but I can't overpay. They won't let me. So I also think that this is a payday here. Actually, yeah, no, it'll be this way. I'll do that. Lunch dates, birthdays, asterisks. So there's to-do list and there's some of these. And then these I wanted to use on the daily pages. I think that's where a lot of these stickers are going to come in handy. So, and I don't think, yeah, we'll just do that and we will pick a card. Synesthesia, that I tried to kind of notice that a little bit this week, but we were like really busy. We were running up to my mom's because we don't have air conditioning here in the Seattle area, and we got pretty hot. Not record heat. We were high 80s. That's not record around here. I mean, we will usually have like a week or two of mid 90s up to 100 or something. That's kind of more pushing it. But it was really annoying. It's just hard to think when you're just trying to have all the windows closed and the fans going. We do have a little portable air conditioner to roll up to a window, and we crowded around that for one night. And then my mom's like, you want to come up? Because she's not too far away. And so the next 3 nights we ended up staying up there and we were able to bake a pizza up there. Oh, this one popped out. So I like to do the ones that pop out. So what is the, oh, connect. Yeah, it was really nice. We also, it's been a goal of ours to get a new keyboard for my son. And and we did. We surprised him on Wednesday with it. And then we went up to my mom's. We picked it up on the way. And he loves it. It sounds beautiful too. It sounds like a real piano, but he was just on a little cheaper one that's not weighted, and this one has weighted keys and the whole keyboard. Like, he's been doing he's done violin, viola. We have a cello right now, but we're going to take that back soon. We're kind of in the rental program for those. He's done violin for about 2 years now, and he's like, okay, that's done. And so we want to support him through that. And now that he's doing the keyboard, it's just, he's doing amazing at it. Like, just playing around. Like, he hasn't taken any lessons, but he has done the Simply piano, and it teaches pretty well. Like, he really enjoys that method of teaching instead of someone kind of hovering above him. I'm not saying either one is right or wrong. I'm just saying for him right now, in this moment, I think that's what he would prefer. So we're looking into it. It's just kind of pricey. So Connect, this almost looks like a field of not dandelions, sunflowers, which they're all kind of in bloom right now. And then like a mountain, kind of, that's what it looks like to me. But this can also just be kind of random. I don't know. What do you see in there? I would love to see, and put something below and say, what do you see there? Because that's cool. Anyway, oh, I didn't even read in the book what it was. Maybe there's a hint there. Let's see. Connect is, we've been doing a lot of water. So influence, let's see, inner realm. I'm trying to remember which each of these are. So physical, creative. Creative is, I should probably write on here. I don't have my pencil. I usually write in pencil. This is fire. Truth finding is usually air. Or that's water. I can't remember what I said a couple. This physical. Earth. Fire. I thought she put that here. Here we go. Nope, that doesn't have it either. I need some help. There we go. She doesn't have it here either. Okay. Well, we'll just read it. Connect stories, perceptions, history, and land crisscross in an internal web. What do you connect with? So, oh, it's kind of like a web. Okay, so let's get that down. Okay, I like that. And as I'm writing it, I'm kind of thinking about it at the same time. So, and it's like for when I go on my next walk, which, what kind of stories and things can I connect with? Okay, so now I can find some, hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. Push that around there. I also found some of these markers here to kind of match these. Tested them out a little bit. So I have blue green, summer green, which is a little darker, and coral pink. So I'm going to, I don't think I want to put pink here on the side, but I do want to put like a darker, I think I want to just do this line here, and then here, and then I kind of like to put just something here and here, kind of extend that over. I feel like I should put like a line up here, but no, I won't do that. So let me put down what else that I need to put on here. So Ridwell means a recycle week. So I will put, oh, and then I need my dot. I'd like to use the dark blue one here. That matches. So this is the ocean one, and we'll do recycling, I missed a C in there. And spelling is not my strong suit, not with dyslexia. Like, it's even hard to spell dyslexia. My goodness. Cycling. There we go. And Ridwell, this is when we get it ready. So down here I'll do the same thing of like putting out the recycling. recycling. Hi, and she. And then having it picked up and then put the stuff away, right? So one is just remembering to put it out. So I'll do these. This is putting out. And then this is when it actually happens and you put the cans and all the stuff away. And it can happen at any time because they give you that window. And this is, oop. What am I trying to write here? What is my goal? It's our delivery service. So everything's very teal right now. I will put, so let's talk about something. Right now, I started off with a blank week. And I kind of want to explain what I've been doing so far. So, while I'm making like big appointments, like doctor's appointments and things, I go forward in my calendar and I do 3 things. I put it on the monthly, the weekly. I'm not so worried about the daily. Monthly, weekly, and in my digital calendar. I put them in all 3 of those places. And I keep the card that has the reminder on it. And I put that in my health planner. Now in there, I can also put it in the monthly and the weekly. But I'm just saying, like, if you have one calendar and it has both monthly and weekly, at least put it on the monthly if you just have a monthly calendar. Because I need to see how that time is coming up. The one thing that digital calendars can make it a little hard is if you have a bunch of stuff going on in a day, sometimes it doesn't show every single thing that you're doing. And so it can kind of truncate that, and within the little monthly box, there could be a lot that they're not showing. Especially if you have like morning routines or routine information in your digital calendar, it can be kind of hard to see things. That's how it is for me. I have a bunch of like my son's school stuff and a lot of things that are like my cycles are on there. Just predicted cycles. They're just like a Google event that's stretched over days, and I've counted out approximately like 33 days, as you saw, when I expect kind of an ovulation, when I can expect PMS symptoms, so that I kind of know when that day's starting, what's going on. Because I don't want to be like towards the end of the day going, oh yeah, that's why I've been that way, or that's why it's felt that way. It just helps me to know going into the day what's going on. So anyway, this was already on here. My doctor's appointment was on here. Now, and then putting some kind of something I can reflect upon for the whole entire week. To me, it helps to get that on as soon as possible. Not only does it allow me then to go, oh, then I have that much room in the column, but I can also think about it as I'm like filling all of these in. So then I go through and I'm like, well, what are the things that have to happen this week? So we have to put out Ridwell, we have to put out recycling, we get our food delivery. It's just a supplemental delivery because I went big shopping over a week ago. So, or about a week ago. And like other kind of things that are on here. Okay, now this is kind of bugging me at an angle because these other 3 are straight. Let's just do that for now. I liked having things in an angle for the other one, but I think with this one will, because it's kind of that office look where everything is nice and neat and tidy. But as you can see, like, it's fun to do just random all over the place too, right? Like this. Then the next thing is I'm thinking about, okay, which days, and I think like this is kind of overall, which days am I going to be tired? Now, I see a pattern within my family and myself that by Thursday, now we are a neurodivergent family, all three of us. By Thursday, we're starting to shut down. We are during school, out of school, it's a hard day. So usually I put in these little lines, just this is how I write it down. However you write it down is great. And I write in an erasable pen what the meals are this week. And I usually think of like Thursday as kind of what is the easiest thing? Do we have some leftovers? Are we going to go out? Something like that. We don't go out, but we do. Now I'm just going to bring up my food plan so I can write things in. So when I go like big shopping, which I did a week ago, then I have like 2 to 3 weeks of meals written out. It's just that we move them around a lot, just depending on what people are feeling like, or if we notice like there's some vegetables that we need to use up. Like here, actually I have fend because again, like here's a good example. So I'm going to get my 7th COVID shot here, and I am not going to have much energy here. So we're going to do something simple. And I have sausage. It's like a hash. We do like potatoes. We'll just say hash here. Lots of tomatoes, mushrooms, zucchini, and then some potatoes mixed in. And I'm trying to think if we do, peppers. Yeah. So it's just kind of really easy just to kind of throw together. And then we're not going to do spaghetti yet. That is my son's favorite. That's why it's on here so much. We try to mix things together that he likes to, so he doesn't feel totally left out. And then we got some diced chicken to put on a salad. So we call it chicken salad. It's not the like chicken salad you put in a sandwich. It's just chicken on a salad. And so that we literally just dump everything together. Now these may swap tomorrow. You know, I think those are going to swap because I have, let's do that. Let's just, and I think it would be best also to eat kind of healthier on, I mean, they're fairly healthy, but to have like a big chicken salad, right? And then I'm just going to chill tomorrow night. So I know like, I knew I had to film tonight because I'm not going to do very great. And also I don't do well in the mornings. It takes me a while for my brain to start working. And I was thinking about doing a video on this. There we go. So that feels better because also I think I'm going to be getting some tomatoes on Sunday. So then I can add them to there. So here's my pattern that I notice is that I know, I think it was Rachel in Theory who did a video on like energy levels. And I think that's an interesting base to start at. But, and I think she alluded to like, there's a lot of variances that come off of this. But what I want to talk about are those variances. That's where I want to talk about. And my like energy levels are kind of like here. Let me write these out. So if this was like wake and sleep, and this is like midday, I kind of go really slowly and then have a little, and then I didn't do that quite right, but like if sleep was over here, I'm just saying, for instance, because I would like to do a video where I have like a nice big page to write this out. I have a little dip at like dinner time, but I have definitely this creative bit that comes in the evenings. And I have this kind of slow buildup. So I do have like a lot of admin stuff getting done in the afternoons. And that's me. But then I crash hard and then I have this slow wake up. Now, I think some people are opposite. They'll have this big, nice, big morning, and then it slumps a little bit when they eat. And then they kind of slowly wane off in the afternoon. I mean, in the evening. And so isn't that interesting what bodies can do, right? That we can have a totally different pattern. And so typical kinds of planning don't work for us. So anyway, I find that interesting, but I had to document what I was doing. And Rachel alluded to this as well lately, is like she documented everything to see where her time was going. And so I think also when you don't have kids, and I applaud people who don't have kids yet or never will. I think that's absolutely wonderful if they know that deep down. But I do think people who have kids like myself, there's a very big difference also in the way that you're documenting time. And I did do a lot of documenting back here. Let's see, not the last 2 weeks, but this week here, I was like trying to document as much as I could. I have laundry on here. I have mom school on here. I have what we were watching, what we were eating, just stuff like that. And it's not to the minute, and that's okay for me because I don't plan to the minute. So I don't need to know to the minute. I just need to know, okay, within that hour, we were having brunch. Within that hour, I was, what is this? Something in lights. Oh, box and lights. I think it was when I was setting up these lights. So yeah, it took me about an hour or so to kind of like, well, it didn't take me much to put them up, but then to fiddle with the lights and check my light settings and things like that. Moms do a lot of multitasking. And so I did a lot of multitasking before becoming a parent, but it is like critical to do that when you are a parent. So when you are having your morning routine, there's a lot of email being checked. There is a lot of listening to a podcast while you're packing a lunch for your kid. A lot of meals, any kind of stuff in the kitchen. I am watching a webinar or listening to a book or, podcast or something. Because otherwise I wouldn't have time to do that otherwise. So if I really were to be tracking my day, I'd almost have to split this in like 2 or 3 columns and then see what I was doing both together. So sometimes I'll be like balancing my work account and doing like bookkeeping stuff while I'm on a webinar. So it's not like I can say I'm doing one or the other, although I can make notes of that. So I can't color code or do stripes straight across or anything like that. So, but then I kind of inherently know also. So I guess it was when I was really kind of getting back into work things. Usually for a lot of moms, that can be around when they're 6, 7, or 8. At least if your youngest child. Because if you have someone younger than that, they're very dependent on you. And I see so many parents struggling with like, why can't I do the things that I normally do or want to do between the ages of 1 and like 7? 0 and 7. Like there's just so much frustration of like, and especially if they have multiples, they're like, what am I doing wrong? And guess what? You're doing absolutely nothing wrong. That is going to be the hardest part of your life. It really is. There are some parents out there who are built for like 3 kids, multitasking. They get to pour their energy into their kids, and I applaud them too. I don't think anyone is any better than anyone else on this. But what I want to say is when your child can reach about those ages if they are on a normal, typical development speed. And we've kind of dealt with, in our family, the development speeds and cycles are not as predictable, and having them come at different times. So there can be delays, or there can be, it's sped up, or whatever it is. But the like overall independence that they're learning kind of occurs around that age, around 7. That's when you start to have like this time, kind of this freedom of your mind, like your mind frees up to be able to really focus on some deep things again. Otherwise, you're kind of just on emergency duty, like, oh, what do I have to clean up now? What do I have to keep them safe from now? It's just, unless you have care for them. That's been my experience. And that does not mean that experience is universal. Again, there are some children who will always need care and dependence from you for their whole lives. There are some kids out there like that. Adults like that, right? They're kids at some point, and then they're adults in the amount of years that they're alive. But sometimes they're going to need a lot of care. And then, again, on the other side too, there are some who are like on this independent streak from the moment they're born. Yeah, it's interesting. It's really interesting to watch. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is that because of what age they are at, especially with multiple ages, again, it's your youngest is the one that's kind of determining where you're at, because you're still tending to the needs of the youngest. You can see like what you need in your schedule. What I learned real quick when I had my son was like, I am someone who needs an on-ramp and an off-ramp to activities. So not only, I'll show this one for example, not only does this 115, which I'll probably leave, let's see, so I'm going to put some little dots, meaning I'm going to leave a little early, and I'll leave, I'll have a little travel time. I also need like this time here to get ready. So I'll just put the word ready here. I may not keep this here because this is something I have known about myself. I used to be someone who could get ready pretty quick and like get out the door. I'm pretty low maintenance. I don't wear makeup. I just leave my hair curly and I just put a little product in it, wet it down or something, get the curls back, and I'm out the door. What I need is mental readiness. So it may be a half an hour here that I need to go slower because maybe I'm not feeling as well that day. So I just leave a buffer around here. I may be eating lunch. And I allow myself a half an hour to do a 10-minute thing. And if I have extra time as a mom, I know there's always something I can do to fill that time. Do I need to refill a bottle in the fridge? Do I need to make a bunch more ice and water so that when I'm gone, they have something? Now, we share these tasks, my husband and I, but there's always some kind of like house admin task that we're doing. Cleaning up after things, running a load of laundry while we're doing something. I think when we were younger, I would be the one doing more of the cleaning, and my husband was the one doing the cooking. But that really shifted quickly when I had my son, because he was not home to cook at all. He was coming home at like 7, 8 p.m. And so that cut into all my other things here. But I'm also saying this mental transition, for me to stop, I could be like in the middle of balancing the books or doing admin or putting out an email about something or whatever I'm doing in this area. Then I need to slowly go, okay, pull my brain away, pull it back, and switch modes to like number crunching into I'm moving my body and I have to pay attention to traffic soon. Like, to me, those are it's an internal task to an external task. And I need to leave room for my brain to process in between those. Now, there are people who don't need this. And again, neither one is right or wrong. We're just different. It may be that some people can just go, okay, I just did that addition. I'm just going to leave everything where I left it. Maybe I'll put a little sticky note and I'm out of here. I'm out of here in 5 minutes. I'll grab my water and I'm out. It could be that they got ready earlier in the day. I don't do that. So I tend to just be in very comfortable clothes until I need to leave the house. So, and then when I get back from the office, I am trying to process everything that's happened to me. If I had some tests run, if I had some blood drawn, I'm kind of recuperating from that. So I'm not going to be assigning, like diving right back into admin until I kind of calm down. I find if I talk to somebody about what just happened, it helps ease my brain a little bit. If I sit down and watch like a 15-minute video, it kind of clues me back into, okay, I was doing and now I'm sitting back down and I'm working on some things. But hey, dinner's coming up here. I need to cook from probably 4 to 5 because we eat a little earlier here. And yeah, it's just trying to see how these things flow and how interruptions can just lengthen everything. And if you've wondered, like, why can't I get through more through a day? Why can't I do these 10 things on my to-do list and just get through it? Then see if you're someone who needs longer transitions between things. See if the tasks that you're looking at are just a lot harder than you're estimating time for. There's could be many reasons. I do help a lot of clients with this, of like going, okay, how do we structure your day? How could we rearrange something in the morning to help you in the afternoon? How do we set you up for success? What kind of tools and resources do you need for the day? And I mean like workout clothes, defrosted items so that you can make dinner, plans with teachers, like going to the gym, whatever it is. How can we, the night before, the date, even on a Sunday, how on a Sunday can we set up for the success of the week? And when is it too soon? And when is it just right? There's a lot of variations to all of this. But if there's a lot of frustration, if you're just like, I cannot figure this out, let me know. Like if you have some questions, I do offer, it's a paid consultation for me because I have so much in my schedule. It may look like I have a lot of room. It is summertime. So, and my family, we've all been healing from things. So I am slowly getting back into things, but having a chronic illness and everything, it's to put something on my schedule, I really have to like dig a hole and put somebody in. So my consultations are paid. They are not too expensive for a good amount of time to just sit down and only talk about you. And when I do that, I think I'm trying to think exactly what's on my website right now. I'm changing things up, but I believe for 45 minutes, it's $55. And during that 45 minutes, we only talk about you. If you would like to, at the end of that 45 minutes, talk about some possibilities of working together, I can take another 15 minutes to talk about that. Otherwise, we're done. We're done. And what I want to help you with is questions like this, like where in your schedule can you move things around to make things more successful? Is the wave, the diagram of your active hours when you're feeling your best to do different types of work, right? Like my mornings are not, sometimes they're for admin work, but again, it depends on the day, because it depends, like if I had an infusion the day before and I'm just foggy brained for a whole day, that's not a day I want to be like depending on paying a bunch of bills and making sure everything balances out, because usually when I balance my personal and my professional at once, it's a lot, right? Anyway, I didn't go into this to plug my work. I just wanted to like mention like this type of thing is kind of what I do help people with. I also help people with like setting up like stations in their homes, or like decluttering, or things that just help make their lives easier. And especially if they're neurodivergent or they're dealing with chronic illness, we don't live the way other people live. There are definitely things that we uniquely do that some people may like turn their heads a little bit at, like they're like, turn it from side to side like that. What is that? But finding those things that only work for you is kind of magical. It really is. It's just something that I think is really special to go, okay, I do this, it helps me, and I'm so happy about it. Like that's the amazing thing. So I'm going to write on here what I have down for our meals this week. And I also help people like meal plan and think about like what would help take the burden off of them. Could it be ordering meals? Could it be like, HelloFresh or stuff like that? Could it be, we're doing like really easy meals this next week that my son really loves. See if we have leftovers here, then when you have time for game night, because if we spend a bunch of time cooking, we're kind of tired. So like complex cooking, then my brain's just kind of like, okay, I just cooked, but we kind of have like a little boost in the evenings too. So we'll see. And we have a salmon salad. And and ribs here. It can all depend on weather too. So like we were trying to cook pizzas when it was the hottest out, but we were able to take it up to my mom's and be able to cook up there. So I hope that's like a little insight. Like I don't write these little transitions, but when I'm planning, I'm just leaving like this buffer time here and here. So I can erase all of this, but mentally I know that I will not schedule anything for like almost 2 hours on either side, so that I have time to do some mental activities. I look at this as a to-do time. And so like I could schedule something at 10 if I'm leaving the house. Then it allows me to come back, transition, do a little work, and then transition again, and then go to the office. So yeah, max, I'll do like 2 things a day on any day. Because I'm also, supporting my son, whether it's mom school that we're doing right now, and that can take a couple hours, or during school, especially like from like 3 o'clock on, that's going to be homework time. And there are times where if I have something scheduled like at 4 o'clock, I will set my son up for a while, say, okay, I'll be right back. I'm doing a check-in with a client. Usually it's about 15 to 30 minutes, usually 30 minutes, and then I come right back to him. But I still need to do those transitions in and out, so I'm not freaking out about things where I'm like, okay, doing this, now I'm doing this, now I'm doing this. That doesn't work for me. I used to be late to everything. I used to underestimate the time it took for doing so many things in my life. And I was just always running behind. And then I just stopped overscheduling myself and seeing what works best for me. I'm trying to think what else. This looks really plain. It's more of a talking video so far. So what I want to do is put in some wake times. We're going to rest up this weekend, and I need to start kind of waking up a little earlier here. I want to put the word walk because walks are down here. But, and I might put the actual time as I get closer, but I want to get to like, whoops, trying to write that K before that A. Try to get to 7 a.m. here. As I mentioned, I'm the problem. And I need to really get to this. My son has been waking up super early. I don't think he'll do that during school, but at least he's like getting up at almost 6 right now. And we're just letting it happen. So that's kind of like, I'll see exactly what times those will be. The afternoons are kind of like mom school. We'll see about this hair appointment. We'll see if it moves. But now I see like, oh, the hair appointment might be running into dinner. This game might be a little too soon after. Well, usually it's like right after dinner. We play magic, paper magic, meaning real cards. Sitting down and using real cards. So it's been about an hour. I was going to go into like the dailies here and then my reflections, but let's see. I can do the actions. Let's do that. So when I go back to, and I'm going to do a whole like month reset. Oops. I'm looking for, here is what I'm looking for. I just need this marker to come out so I can do that. Okay. Yeah, reflections I'll do. Are those my old reflections? No. Okay. I'm getting a little confused here because this was the time before last. So weekly actions. I've been going through all my perfumes. They have been absolutely wonderful. I had therapy. I've been watching shows. I had a great like music session, sitting down and balancing the books with only music, and it helped me focus like even deeper. I needed to do some really kind of hard stuff. Guess what I didn't get to? It's been a week. Yeah. We didn't get supplies yet. I am going to, yeah, there's some more I need to do there. Let's see if there's anything I can do this weekend. Probably not. So these are the things I'm going to carry forward. And again, I'll get an angle here. So we'll do therapy, just my weekly therapy. I used to have this listed under relationships, but it really is just a personal thing for me. And then I'm going to keep doing the joys that I'm having right now are using perfume. I guess I could, it's more scents because sometimes I'm using candles. And I think as we get into fall, so I'm just going to say scents. So it just gives me a little wider room on that. There's a lot of shows coming out right now. I finally got to see the beginning of Only Murders in the Building. I think they have 3 episodes out right now. I have to say, I love all the people in there. I am a big Paul Rudd fan, but his character is so annoying in this that I don't like him. He can do asshole pretty well. Pardon my speech, pardon my language. But this one is kind of like, abrasive. It's very abrasive, and I don't do abrasive very well. I would rather someone be snarky than abrasive, I guess. So, but it's still like amazing. And I'll probably rewatch it once it's done, just to kind of see them all back to back. It'd be cool. So now that we have cooler weather, we can stay home more. I can focus on a lot more of these things. And then it'll be, see, I'm trying to keep these lined up here. Supplies, shoes, haircut. What else did I put? And there was something else besides these. Oh, backpack. Backpack. That's a P. And then a therapist. Yeah, I'll just do these reflections later. Wake times. Water. My PCP. I need a referral. Walks. And then, because I did update these and pay bills. So this next week, well, actually it doesn't come out this next week. It comes out the 1st is our insurance payment. Yeah, what are we doing? I'm not sure. I might leave I'll put insurance payment just because it's coming up, and I just want to make sure that's just all ready for the next week. It's like ready right now, but I want to make sure. And then donations, we're getting ready for a dump run. I think that's going to happen this next week, because we have this really big bookcase with some holes in it that just needs to go. We came home one night, and it looked like someone had pulled the bookcase into our, it was like nowhere near the sidewalk. It was not in anybody's way. It was pretty much near our garage cans, but it did have the word free on it. And it looked like someone like pulled it out to look at it and left it kind of in our driveway a bit. So when I pulled up, I couldn't pull into the driveway. I don't know what was going on. I think someone was trying to take a look at it, but I don't think anyone's going to take it. So I'm going to do that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else while I stamp these out. So we get all the colors. Let's see, we'll line them up here. Boop. I almost put it up near the weekly actions. Yeah. No, as I mentioned last week, I felt like something magical was going to happen towards the end of last week, and it kind of did with the getting the keyboard for my son. There was something pretty magical about that. And I think there's also some other shifts of things going on too. Personal, just my own thoughts about things shifting. That, yeah, and everything just kind of shifting back into fall. So yeah, Sunday will be kind of truncated there. It's mainly on Sundays we, clean and reset the house. So it's just kind of a little list there. I need to do one more brain dump. One thing that did actually help was kind of having this brain dump area for every 2 pages. It allowed me to have like an opportunity to write things down. And if I didn't, it was fine, like just leaving these blank. Now, just midweek, we just got really distracted. We had to do some things, but I could see using like the brain dump moving forward. And so what I do usually from here is, let's see, I might just get Monday started with like, here's a to-do list area. Let's see. Do that. So that's like doing things. And then what else can I use here? There was, important. To-do list here. So I have a couple to-do lists. I think let's try, excuse me, do I want reminder, priorities? So I normally have tasks and admin. So like these are doing things and these are thinking things. To me, that really helps. Like if I need to be in go mode, my whole body needs to like go. Like what can I physically do so that my brain can kind of run in the background? And then when I can swap things, then my body can kind of be resting and then I'm, actively doing things. So let's try a don't forget. Let's see, this is 1 over. So we'll just like, these do feel like they can be repositioned fairly easily. So I'll do that. And then I wanted to, do I want to start out with gold? My Mondays are pretty strong. So I think I want to use this as, even though I'll have my lists up here, I want to have like maybe the important things of the day down here. Oop, I got that kind of crooked, but on this page, have it up here, like kind of move it around and have it in different positions depending on which day it is. So let's see how well these kind of come back up. Pretty well. I think like these are definitely feel a whole lot better to reposition. Let's see. I did do a pre-order on Monday for The Magic of I. Wasn't quite sure. I was still a little on the fence, but I really do use a lot of information from it. So they had a beautiful dark forest green. So I got an A5 of that one. And I also use their digital calendar. So when I have my day pulled up, I usually just have one day that I'm looking at digitally because I have reoccurring tasks on there. I can go into that a whole nother time, but when I'm looking at the one day, I also can see the like moon aspects in there. And so to me, it kind of helps to see when the full moon is on when, at what time during the day. So for me, it helps. If you buy, there's a bundle that you can buy that if you buy the calendar, the physical calendar and the digital, you get a discount. I did it wrong. They totally helped me out, but I just put the 2 items in my cart, but I wasn't seeing the discount. And she's like, "Oh, there's a whole bundle over here that you can just buy the bundle and the discount just applies." So do it that way. Do it that way if you want that one. And then you also get like a notebook for free and a little bag for free. I got the bag. So this will be my 3rd or 4th one. And the first couple times I didn't get a bag. I think the bags were only for people in Australia. But let's see, I got a little pocket one first to try. And then when I was ordering them for pre-orders or the regular order time, yeah, they had this like pouch, and I was like, where are people getting that pouch? That's so cool. But I realized they had to ship them over to the US to then put them together here. But I think I got a pouch last time. I think so. So anyway, I'll do this, and then what I'll also do is see if I can use like some of these on here. And like maybe use the now ones, or see if there's some individual like bills due. If there's just something there's right now it's closing of credit cards. There's just a couple little bills, like one's for YouTube Premium, and one's for PBS, because I watch a lot of PBS. So it's just like little things like that coming through right now. And then I'll see some of these kind of can get to me. Stay positive. That's okay. Lazy, I don't use that term for anything, because I feel like if you're listening to your body and you need to take a rest, that's not being lazy. But you also know, I think, deep down, whether or not you should be, your body is okay. I personally have problems telling, like, really listening to my body and knowing if I'm pushing it or not. That's where it gets hard for me. So I'll leave it at that, because it's like I tend to just push a little too hard, and then I will be in like burnout. So I think I want to kind of dress this up with some more pinks, but I kind of want to cut this off because it's an hour 20. And so I think I want to leave it there. So thanks so much for joining me. I do want to have a sit down and kind of like map out a little bit more about that kind of process. If you like that kind of stuff, there's going to be more of it. And then, as I mentioned, I want to thank everyone who subscribed in the last week or so. So like and subscribe on your way out, but it's really helping me. I'm getting pretty close to 500. I know it's still a baby channel, but I still, when I reach 500, I want to do like the private, lives so that I can show up and answer questions that people have, but that is going to be part of the membership, and it's not going to be expensive. It's like much like a Patreon, but not actual Patreon. I'm going to try it over here. So thank you everyone for joining me. If you have any suggestions of things like you want to see and you want to talk about, definitely, if my lifetimes don't line up and you like join the membership, there's going to be a way to submit your questions. I'll answer them during the live, and then you'll be able to just watch whenever you want to. But I want people to be able to like ask any questions that they have, and I can help out relating to life planning, goals, balancing chronic illness, all that kind of stuff. And I will be mapping mom school into here, but soon I'm going to be mapping school in with dinners and meal prep. And like, this is going to start filling out quite a lot just because that's how September goes. So take care, everyone. Thank you for joining me, and let's see how the colors develop on here. Bye.